Was he a good doctor who made a mistake? Or was it just a system that looked away? Let's get into it. What the public saw was a headline about a doctor pleading guilty. What the public did not see, what was actually laid out in the court filings and the investigation. According to documents filed in Houston County Superior Court, Carly Steele obtained oxycodone, oxycodone, and Xanax over a multi-year period beginning in 2021. The filing state Dr. Alan Struth provided prescription pads that were used for prescriptions written under different individuals' names. The filing further state that between November 2021 and June 2024, Steele obtained more than 5,000 Xanax tablets along with more than 1,400 hydrocodone and oxycodone tablets. Court documents also state money was deposited into Truist's bank account connected to Steele and later transferred between accounts and withdrawn as cash during the course of the investigation. On May 24, 2024, investigators executed a search warrant at Steele's residence in Warner Robins. According to the filings, officers recovered prescriptions written in other people's names, ledgers connected to prescriptions activities, envelopes containing names investigators believe were connected to the operation, and more than $4,500 hidden in an air purifier along with medication. 2 days later, investigators executed another search warrant involving Dr. Struth. Court records state officers recovered prescription pads, cash, and receipts tied to bank accounts investigators believe were connected to Steele. The complaint also sought forfeiture of bank accounts containing thousands of dollars. Now, here's where the public conversation really begins. Many people throughout Central Georgia are asking the same question after reading these records. Why was a Georgia RICO Act never brought? Across Central Georgia, people have seen RICO charges found in cases involving shorter timelines, smaller conspiracies, and far less financial activity. Yet, in this case, despite years of activity, prescription pads, financial transfers, ledgers, multiple names, and thousands of pills, no RICO count appears in the indictment. And another thing people are bringing into the point is how law enforcement often assigns huge street values estimated in narcotics cases involving ordinary citizens. Because if you apply those same narcotics math often used in drug investigations, the quantities listed in these filings could potentially represent hundreds of thousands of dollars in street value. But unlike many other drug cases, the public has seen over the years no major street value seizure headlines ever accompanied this case publicly. And that's why people are beginning to ask questions. Was this simply a respected doctor who made a serious mistake? Or did decades of professional relationships and long-standing ties inside the same courthouse ecosystem influence how this case was ultimately handled? Because once you start digging through Houston County Court records connected to Dr. Alan Struth, you start seeing familiar names, familiar judges, familiar attorneys, and reoccurring appearances inside that same legal system stretching back to the 1980s and 90s. And one court record that especially stood out was a 1994 magistrate civil case involving Alan G. Struth, MD-PC, that still appears listed as open in the court system today, with Robin Air Force Base listed in the case as an employer connected to the matter. Now, anybody from Houston County or Central Georgia understands what Robins Air Force Base represents in this community. Robins is not just another employer. It is one of the largest institutional and economic power centers in Middle Georgia. And we have not even gotten into what happened to the civil forfeiture case yet, because after the searches, seized accounts, prescription pads, ledgers, and financial investigation, the forfeiture case took a turn many people in Central Georgia probably never heard about. We're going to break it down exactly what happened next, who signed off on it, and why some people are now questioning whether long-standing courthouse relationships mattered more than they should. This is Lamar King Sr., investigative analyst, New Media. Be great today. Peace.